Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. So guys, it is Friday. We made it to another weekend. And yes, today we have got a few bits and pieces going on, happening in the workshop. I've actually got a Volkswagen Transporter. I think it's the T7. It's like a newish one. It's only like 2 or 3 years old. Maybe 2 or 3, I think it is. I'll bring it in and show you. It's very, very unique, this one. It's a 4Motion Transporter. Very, very rare. You don't see these ones about. It's the 4Motion that is the kicker here. You don't see those with the 4Motion. Very, very rare little van. So we've got to do some work on that. We've got to do the front and the rear brake pads. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring it in and get it on the ramp. I just don't think because of space and the spinning. I'll try, but I just can't see it happening. But yeah, before we get into that, and I'll show you that one, I just want to quickly have a quick chat about the Peugeot 3008. So let's get into it. I'll explain what's going on. Let's do this. Right, guys, just quickly, just want a quick talk about this Peugeot. So, first things first, it's got hydrogen inside the tyres, and that's what that green caps are for. It's telling you that there's hydrogen inside. I don't know if they fill it up completely with hydrogen or it's part and part. Bit of hydrogen, bit of air, I'm not sure. I think the reason for it is that the hydrogen stops the tyres getting too hot, keeps them cool, apparently. So you can do all your research you want, but yeah, they're not a lot of people use it, I've got to be honest. You don't really see a lot of it about. So yeah, that's what that was all about. The other thing that sort of people said to me on the comments yesterday as well is that I mentioned that this car is taxed, MOT'd, as long as they get it insured, it's road legal, ready to go. And they was like, well, the tax, once you transfer the details, the tax then gets transferred back to the original owner, and then you have to re-tax it. Well, in this case, that's not what's going to happen, because I taxed this car. I paid for it. I taxed it with the V62 form. So, one of these with the post office, and it's going to come back with my name, my details. It's going to come to me. The logbook is going to come to me. But at the same time, I taxed it with this form at the post office. So, yes, it is taxed. And no, it won't go back to the previous owner because I've taxed it myself from scratch. So I just wanted to clear that up because, you know, people were jumping on the comments and they were saying about the tax. And, you didn't really have the full picture. So, you know, you've got to give you a little bit of... give you a little bit of leeway when it comes to giving me stick about that. But yeah, hopefully that resolves that little little thing that people were talking about in the comments last night. I taxed the vehicle with a V62 form, and it's gone through the post office, and it can be driven now because it's taxed, MOT, get it insured, and it's road legal. You can drive it on the road whilst you wait for the logbook to turn up. That could take up to 6 weeks sometimes. It probably won't. It'll probably be about 3, 4, but it can take up to 6 weeks. But this car can be driven now, straight away, without waiting for the logbook. And that's why I've done it. So, yeah, that's that. The other thing, the gearbox. Right, now, yesterday's video, I mentioned about changing the gearbox oil, and a few comments were saying it's going to make no difference. If you change the gearbox oil, it's not gonna change nothing. It's still gonna be the same. It's still gonna be driving it the same way, because these drive like that. It's the way that they're designed, and you know, and the way that it's set up with these gearboxes. The only real way to stop the gears lagging too much is to rather bring it over here and use it like this, because this is a semi-automatic gearbox, so you can use this to change up and down the gears yourself, which will make it a little bit smoother, or with the paddles on the steering wheel here, so you possibly be able to change the gears up yourself with that. So, but yeah, apparently it's not gonna change nothing. It is what it is. Just found a pencil. Look, just found an IKEA pencil. That's weird. I was just sitting there. So I am gonna leave the gearbox oil as it is. Leave it as it is. Just let the car go, and let the family member drive it about and see if they get on with it. If they don't get on with it and they don't like it, then they ain't got to drive it, basically. So, and it's just a car that I'm giving them to sort of drive around in. So I'm not charging them for it. They're not charging me for it, sorry, and they're not buying it off me. They're just taking the car, drive it around, make the most of it whilst I've got it. And then, yeah, it'll come back to me once they're finished with it. And then we can do a little bit of work on it, like the timing belt. And then it can be moved on. But that's exactly how, apparently, and I've looked on the forums, I've been looking all night last night, just searching about this car, and apparently it just is what it is. That is the way that the Peugeot's automatic gearboxes run. That's how they work. So yeah, I've got no concerns about that. And it's not like when you're driving it, it's not really like a hard jolting. You don't get a hard jolting. You just get that very slight delay. You feel like it should be a lot smoother, and with the gear changes, but it's not. It's got a tiny little sort of delay in the response. But I'm used to a different response in a different automatic car, and all different automatic cars are different, you know. Like the DSG gearboxes, they've got double clutch gearboxes in those. And they're really quick, like milliseconds. They change gears. It's crazy, and it's just the way that, you know, the development of companies and gearboxes and transmissions and automatic stuff. It's all changing all the time. I'm sure Peugeot's automatic gearboxes now, brand new, will be lovely and perfectly and smooth. But apparently this was the way that was designed and built and done. So that is that. Right. I am going to draw a line underneath this one for now. Get this out of the way, because I want to bring in the Volkswagen Transporter. I don't think I'm going to get it on a ramp, but I'll have a go. Let's just see how we can get on with this one. It is a van. I don't know how I'm going to do this in a minute. I'll work it out, and then I'll come back to you once the van is in the workshop. So, yeah, let's do this. Right, guys, here we go. I've actually got the Volkswagen Transporter into the workshop, which surprised me, actually. But, yeah, I managed to squeeze it in, which is good, because we can get it on the ramp over there now. So we'll take it back, and we'll just see how much space we've got. Bearing in mind as well that this ramp, this lift, titanium lift that I've got, platinum, sorry, lift that I've got, you can put wheels on both those two sides, and then you can jack it up there, and then it can move it around on wheels. So if we need to, I will bring it that way a bit more to give us more space at the back here, for the back end of the van to go. But I think we're going to be all right. So we'll just have to sort of see if we can squeeze it back as far as we can. I think that'll be a better way of doing the brakes. We'll lift it off the air, off the floor, sorry, and then we'll take off all four wheels and do the brake pads in one go. It's better than sort of sticking it in the middle of the lock-up and try and do it on the jacks and stuff like that. So, yeah, Volkswagen Transporter, 4Motion, which means four-wheel drive. Yeah, you don't see a lot of these 4Motions kicking around. They're quite expensive as well. This one's a 2022, I think. So yeah, 2 or 3 years old. Yeah, it's a nice van actually. It's nice. It's got all the stuff in it. It's an auto as well, automatic DSG gearbox, and yeah, it's a nice little van. So I don't know if he's done a lot of conversions to this, but I think it's kind of half. I don't know really. I'll have to get some information off him to see, because you know it's got all plugs here. I don't know if he bought it like it, some sort of ventilation thing here as well. I don't know. I don't know a lot about this van. It looks like it's got some sort of top as well that goes up. Maybe. Got a solar panel here as well. So it does... Whether or not he bought this like it, I don't know if he's had it done. I will find out when I see him. I'll speak to him. But yeah, a nice little Volkswagen Transporter in the workshop. So I'm gonna take it back. We're gonna set up. Once I get set up, I'm gonna set it up on a tripod. We're gonna get these wheels off, and we need to replace the back and the front brake pads on this one. This has got a normal handbrake just down there. So it's not electric handbrake, so you ain't got to put it into service mode to wind it back. I will check, but I don't think you do. He's also got a bit of an issue that he wants me to look at if I can, which is, and believe it or not, this is still under warranty, this van, but yet it's getting a problem with the glow plug light coming up on the dash. Now, because this wasn't serviced by Volkswagen themselves, and he's done various things to this van as well. I don't know if that's original stereo, whether or not he's changed that out. I'm not sure. But he has done some stuff to this van. And basically, Volkswagen are saying, no, we're not going to... The warranty is basically void because of what he's done to it. So, I'm not sure the full details of this. But he did say to me, can I plug it in and read the fault codes? Because he's getting the squiggly lines on the dash, the yellow one, which normally indicates like a glow plug or injectors. So he's getting a bit of an issue with it, but it's got low mileage. I think it's only done 37,000 miles, so it ain't done a lot of miles. But Volkswagen are not interested in doing anything with the warranty, because he's done little extra bits and pieces on this one, which is a shame really. But it just shows you, doesn't it, when it comes to like being so new, you really can't touch them until it's out of warranty. I don't know the full story, but that's all he's told me, is that they won't fix the van. So yeah, but let's get the brake pads done first, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll plug her in. I haven't got the Volkswagen system. I've only got like an Autel normal plug-in scan tool. But with these, you really need the, I think it's called CDS or VDCS or something like that's called, VCS, which is a Volkswagen Group scan tool computer, which I haven't got. So we'll just see what happens and see what comes up when I plug it in. I think it's in there, isn't it? I don't know if it's in there or somewhere. But yeah, we'll find out where it is and plug it in. But let's get it moved, get you set up. Let's get these pads done first, and then we'll go from there, guys. So let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, there we go. New pads on the front. There was a little meat left on these pads, I've got to be honest, but he did want them just to swap them over and change them, so that's what I've done. Got a new wear sensor as well. That goes on the back pad. And some new bolts that comes with the set when you swap them over. And yeah, I'll just clean them all up, put a bit of copper grease around the tops of the actual brakes there, you can see. All in there nice and clean. So that is the front ones all done. Now let's move on to the back ones. We're going to crack on with those ones. I'm going to see how far we get for the moment, because I have booked an MOT for the Peugeot 108, because that has just come back from the paint shop. The paint guy actually dropped it over to me for a change. Normally I have to go to him, but he was passing or whatever, or some sort of circumstance, and he just dropped the car off. So surprised that he dropped it off, but he's done that part of it. I'll show you in a little while when I get back from the MOT centre with that, and I'll show you the paintwork that he's done. And also I'll show you the MOT results on that little Peugeot 108. So, but let's continue. All of a sudden, today's just gone absolutely rammed and everything's happening. But, you know, I do like it like this sometimes. Let's crack on now with the rears. We'll get the wheels off and we'll start doing those replacement pads as well. So, yes, let's do this. Right, guys, I've got to leave it there for the moment. I've got to shoot off and take the Peugeot 108. I'm rushing. The Peugeot 108 to the MOT centre. This side is completely done, wheel back on and sorted. We're just working on the other side now, but time has just got away from me. So I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'm going to take the Peugeot. We'll come back. I'll show you the results on the Peugeot. I'll show you the results with the painting work as well. and then we'll continue with this Volkswagen Transporter for the brake pads. So bear with me, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, so guys, I am back from the MOT centre with the little Peugeot 108. Let me show you the results first. So there we go. We have a pass with defects, not an advisory, which basically means the registration plate bulb, one of them, is not working. And that is the only thing he's put down. So, silly. I should have... I'm checking everything, and that was the only thing that I probably missed. I do my normal checks, and every now and then you're going to miss something. Every now and then something's going to sort of just, get through the net kind of thing. I'm trying to catch every single thing from every car that we do. I'm trying to catch those problems, issues, things that need to be done and sorted. But every now and then, guys, it's going to slip through, and this is basically what's happened on this one. So nothing major, it's just a number plate bulb, it's nothing serious, so I'll get that swapped over. But look at the mileage this car's been doing over the last few years. Look, from 2021, 50,000, 55,000, 60,000, 65,000, so 5,000 miles every year, which is well below what it should be doing. They roughly say about 10,000 a year, don't they? But it's doing half that, 5,000 a year. So great little car. I'm going to sort out the number plate bulb, and then that'll be done. But let me show you the paintwork, because he's just literally dropped it off a couple of hours ago, and as you can see, he's done an amazing job again. So this side is completely sorted. We have got other issues, some scratches around this bumper, around the back quarter, and around this side here. So I'm going to do, my best to sort all that out. But, I've already painted the bonnet, the wing, the front bumper, and that other side quarter and sill. To do this side would have knocked it over. There's not enough money in this car to do that. It's a real shame, because, it would have finished off the car completely. But I'm going to do my best with it, and I am going to sort of, do as much as I can for it. But for now, I'm going to get it outside, and we're going to continue with the Volkswagen Transporter, the brakes on that. So, let me get this out of the way. But at least it's MOT, guys. That's one little step forward, on this little car. And we'll continue with this. Definitely going to be next week now, because Monday is bank holiday. So there's not going to be no videos on Monday, because it's all locked up. Can't get in here. It's shut. The gates are all locked up and everything. I just can't get in here on bank holidays. So we'll probably do this on next Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. But I've got other stuff. Got the Mercedes we've still got to do. So get it out of the way for now. And then we'll see what happens. So let's continue. I'll set you up, guys, on the brake pads on the Volkswagen Transporter. Let's do this. Right, guys, there we go. This the back and rear pads are all done, all completed. Wheels are back on, all torqued up to where they should be. The bolts all been done. So now we can move on to the other part of this job, and that is to see if we can find out and pinpoint what is going on with the engine. It's still a little bit vague when it comes to this problem issue, but I think let's just scan it. He said if you scan it, it should come up. So it hasn't got an engine management light on, but he said it will come up if you scan it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. The other thing I'll quickly mention as well, guys, this guy, he works for Warner Brothers, and this is his pass. And basically, he does the rigging for all the films. So he's worked on all the Harry Potter films, and it's all that the rigging side of it with the stunts. So he does like the stunts where he's got like machines that's got like lines, and they set you up, put a strap to your back, and then the line pulls you back. So the stunt it looks like you're just being pelted backwards. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. And yeah, so that's where he works. He works for he works for a rigging company. Does all the Warner Brothers stuff, all the films, which is pretty cool, really. But yeah, and I said to him before, I said, like, you know, if you've got any weekend work, let me know. I'll come over on a weekend and do some work for you. It'd be interesting. Only because it interests me. Do you know what I mean? Something like that is different, something unique. Yeah, some of the stories that he's telling me and all the jobs that he's done and bits and pieces and the films he's worked on is incredible. So, yeah, anyway, I'll go and get the scan tool. I'll scan it up. Let's see if we can work out what is going on, and then I'll come back to you once the computer has logged in and see if we can find some codes. So bear with me, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, so guys, let me explain what has happened. I've tried 2 or 3 different types of scan tools. I've tried my normal Autel, my go-to Autel that I use. Tried that one. That wouldn't even connect into the system. It wouldn't even read or decode. Yeah, I just couldn't get into it. I tried a cheapy one. That kind of got into it, but it said it had no engine management, like no codes are coming up on the car, on the van, so that wasn't helping. Then I tried Top Scan, their one as well. Again, nothing's coming up. And I think basically because there's no engine management lights coming up and it's not giving me no codes. So I'm a bit stuck now as to, you know, what is going on. He's telling me that it's got something to do with the glow plugs or the injectors. He thinks it's something to do with that. I just need to get a bit more information off of him to see if he's actually got. He might have because this is actually, it has actually gone to Volkswagen for a look. So they may have given him a sheet, a breakdown, a report, something to identify what's going on, what's happened. But it's very vague because of because of the warranty problem and the issue. That's the actual thing that's the problem. You know what I mean? Is that this is under warranty and he wants to get that problem sorted out, but they won't do it because of what he's done basically to the actual van. So I need to find that report really and find out what it is and what's involved or what needs to be changed. It's a real shame that they won't do it under warranty, but they will get out if any motor company can get out of it a warranty claim. They will find a way and go, nope, we're not doing it. Which is fair enough. They're a business, they're a company. That's their policy. That's how it works. So, unfortunately, guys, we're going to have to leave it there. I can't do no more on this one because I just haven't got... If he says to me, look, if he gets the software or whatever on the computer and gives it to me on the computer or laptop or whatever, could I have a look at it? Could I scan it? Could I find out what the problem is? And could we do it together? You know, could you help me out? Of course. But at this time, I cannot actually get into it. You definitely need that software, which I think is called VCDS. I think it's called something like that. So I'm going to do a little bit more investigating, and if I can help this guy out and get this one done, I'm going to help him out and do it, and I'm going to show it on the channel. You'll see it with the videos, and he's going to see it as well being done. But for now, guys, that is it. That is the end of today's video, the end of the Volkswagen Camper for now. But I'm sure we're going to be seeing this van again on the channel, in the workshop, me doing some stuff to it. It is Friday, guys. Have a great weekend. I won't see you till Tuesday. Bank holiday Monday. Have a great 3-day weekend, and I'll see you then. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. See you soon.